Cirrus 695 Alpha Alpha, runway 20, clear for takeoff, left turn out approved.
Clear for takeoff, runway 20, left turn out approved. 695 Alpha Alpha. Boost pump on, mixture full rich, flap set to 50, recircs off, landing light is on, trim set to takeoff.
Tower stationary 3320 Charlie, holding short of runway 20 at Alpha, ready to go.
3320 Charlie, roger.
All gauges are in the green. Airspeed's alive. There's 60, 65, 70, rotate. .85 knots, clear of obstacles, positive rate of climb. Flaps coming up. Holy cow, it is so clear today.
Stationary 3320 Charlie, proceed on course, runway 20, clear for takeoff, just remain clear of the Bravo airspace till Charlotte gives you clearance.
Look at that Charlotte skyline.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 20 on course, clear the Bravo, 3320 Charlie.
So clear. Wow. All right, left turn out was approved. All right, cool. Once we've got the caps altitude, yep, we already did. I want to see horizon over the nose. I'm climbing out at about 105 to keep those cylinder head temperatures in check. There you go.
So 695 Alpha Alpha, you still with me?
Yes, we are, 695 Alpha Alpha.
Traffic alert, 12 o'clock, 5 miles, opposite direction, Seminole, inbound.
Looking for traffic. I got him in sight. We turn to the south. Traffic is in sight. 695 Alpha Alpha.
Alpha Alpha.
Concord Tower, Seminole 5356 uniform, 10 miles to the southeast with Alpha, requesting full stop.
Seminole 5356 uniform Concord Tower, enter the left downwind for runway 20 and report midfield traffic. The heading to your left is a Cirrus, they're turning southbound. They have you in sight.
Traffic is in sight, left downwind 20, report midfield, 5356 uniform.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So there you go. Right away rules, head on, both give way to right. Assuming the other guy sees you. Yep. And obviously Tauro is all over that, which they don't have to be, right? Correct, yep. Yeah. All right, should I go into cruise settings or are we gonna keep climbing a little bit? Let's go ahead and climb. We're just at the edge of the Bravo there. Yeah, perfect. Let's go ahead and go up to 5,500.
Skyhawk 6574 Delta Concord ground runway 20, taxi via Alpha.
All right, cool. As we climb, two likely scenarios for an emergency, and you handle them both different ways. One would just be a mechanical failure, engine failure, some sort of trouble with the engine. That's where you're gonna, take as much time that you can to get to the ground. So set up for best glide speed, pick out a place to land, start heading towards your landing spot, just keep it in striking distance, right? While you're troubleshooting all that sort of stuff. So that one, the goal is to, set up, stay in the air as long as possible.
Kona 202, taxi to runway 20 via
options. Altitude equals options. The second type any type of fire. So cabin fire, wing fire, engine fire, anything like that. That is a, hey, we got to get on the ground as quickly as possible because you don't want to be inside of a burning airplane, period. So you handle that one much differently. You do that emergency descent, right? Nose down to the ground, get there as quickly as possible, going up, you know, getting airspeed. Number one, just to get down, but number two, if you take the right steps, shut off the fuel source and get air flowing through the engine, blow the fire out, basically. So, if you just pitch the nose down and go straight forward, wings level, then yeah, you're going to get down to the ground, but you can get there much faster if you take the wings, bank them over at least 45 degrees, and take all that horizontal lift, vertical lift, and point it sideways, right? So now you're not having to oppose that horizontal lift and load up the wings and all that sort of stuff. Bank it over, dump the vertical lift to the side, and just spiral down, keeping an eye on your airspeed. You want to target really the bottom of the yellow. While you're doing that, you're having to say, okay, well, what kind of fire is it? I've got the engine, let's shut the fuel off to the engine, so mix your bag. If you really want to be good about it, take the fuel selector, turn it off, get the fuel flow completely cut off. Get that airflow through the engine, hopefully blow that fire out. And all the while you're, circling, make sure you're not ripping the wings off by going over the red line. Look for your spot to land. So it's a busy time, right? And it's a lot of sensations going too, because you're in a steep bank, you're losing airspeed, losing altitude as quickly as possible. There's a lot going on. So we'll practice it. All right, 5500, we'll level off here. Go ahead and get everything cruised back. Enjoy the absolute gorgeous day. And obviously with this being a Cirrus and the caps, we got to think about cap strategy. If the airplane's on fire, I'm not ruling out pulling caps, but I'm going to do it as late as possible, right? And only if I've got that engine fire out. Well, I would say not only. I'm going to wait until the hard deck, that 600 feet, pull the caps, make sure I'm over a place where I'm going to be able to get out quickly. So, so there's that, because you don't want to pop caps up here and then float down with your airplane on fire. So that's got ESP off, that's your underspeed protection, that's your overbank, that's basically your safety net. Okay. All right, cool. So there we go. We've detected some smoke. Looks like we got some smoke pouring out of the engine. So you're gonna pull back all the way to idle. You're gonna go ahead and hard bank over to the left or right, whichever one. I'd probably do it to the left so you could actually see, get a better look at those fields, and just let the nose drop. So you don't want to load up the wings and pull back, just let that nose do what it's going to do. Airspeed's increasing, and you're going to let that thing go all the way up to the yellow arc. And while you're doing this, you're looking for, if you start to feel, there you go. So if you start to feel those G's coming up, you want to modulate that airspeed, you're actually going to roll out of the bank a little bit. Okay. So you're not going to pull back, you're just going to roll the bank out. Beautiful. All right, so we got a couple emergency fields.
Concord Tower, Sky 6574
There's one right off your wing there. Looks like it could be a candidate. Yep. So just kind of keep that in mind.
Sky 6574 Delta, left turn out approved.
All right, let's say we've taken it down. We've got airflow over the engine. You cut your so you're going to cut your mixture all the way back. So you reach over, you pulled your mixture back. Looks like maybe the fire might be out, so just level your wings. There you go. So that's going to let you bleed off some airspeed. Now that you've unloaded the wings, you can start pitching up for that best glide speed and put yourself in a position to make that field.
This
right?
field right here,
Yeah.
I would essentially use that nice and long, and I would be on the downwind.
Yep. So let's do this. Since we still got enough altitude, since we started up high, I'm just going to treat this like, hey, we just lost our engine, right?
Okay.
So this is a different flow. This is the airspeed, so best glide's 100, so pitch for 100.
Yep.
And trim for it. So now we've had the mechanical failure. So you made the parachute pull, you know, right over the field. Everybody walked away.
Romeo Mike, contour ground, clear to the Sierra India Airport via the nice 2 departure. Hamlin transition and as filed. Climb and maintain 3,000.
And if you were at an airspeed anything other than best glide,
departure frequency 128.
you are losing more altitude than necessary. So get that nose down, pitch for best glide. It's 100 knots and it's marked by the G. That does vary by weight. All right, right about there. Pitch that nose back. There you go, perfect.
King Air 617.
Trim off any pressure, and then let's start looking for a field. So, A, airspeed. B, best landing spot.
Over here's wide open areas.
Perfect. So field, bigger the better.
Yep, over here. And we'd essentially be, well, we could either, I mean, we can make that straight in.
All
right.
Ground runway 20, taxi BL.
Perfect. Listen, it's calm wind, so you don't have to really worry about wind direction. I mean, shoot, you maybe even, I don't know if you can make one of these two right here. I mean, this one right here is wide, long, yeah. Oh yeah. That one right there is perfect. Dude, I love that. That's a great choice. Great choice. All right. So just keep that airspeed. So airspeed, best field, C would be cost check, right? So you've lost your engine, you don't know why. It could be that we ran a tank dry. It could be that we've got the mixture set wrong. It could be that our fuel pump failed. So you're just basically going to run that flow. Switch tanks, boost pump on, sweep the mixture to see if that comes back to life. If that doesn't work, then it's probably not a fuel issue. It might be an air issue. You've got that alternate air source by your leg. Pull that out. If that doesn't work, cycle the magneto, see if you can get it restarted. If none of that works, you're committed to landing. So we don't have enough time to declare an emergency. Remember what we did coming into Concord yesterday? Slip, flaps, you got all sorts of ways to lose altitude, but no ways to gain it. So, beautiful. All right, cool. We'll go around from here. Good choice of field. I like that field.
20 taxi BL.
So I think the Cirrus videos do a really, really good job of.
107 read back.
Oh yeah, I saw my cylinder head temperature a little cool. Most engine problems that aren't just mechanical failures, like you threw a rod or cracked cylinder head or something like that, are going to be because of fuel, lack of intake air, or something wrong with your ignition system. So a mag's gone bad, or valve, spark plugs have gone bad. So they say fuel, air, and spark. Fuel, switch tanks, boost pump on. You might be too rich. Could be up at altitude, have the mixture too rich. Could be too lean, whatever. Sweep the mixture, see if it comes back.
Alternate air in case something got clogged.
Something gets ingested, especially in this airplane because it's got that.
It's wide open.
Yeah, that filter's right there in the front left cowl. So, or right cowl. So if something plug that up, we hit a goose and plug that up, take that knob, pull it out, and then last would be to sweep over and cycle the keys, try and restart it. And if none of that works, then you're pretty much committed. Hey, we're sending it down somewhere. So A, airspeed, B, best field, C, checklist. D would be declare an emergency. You're talking to somebody already, ATC, just declare with them. If you're not talking with anybody, hold that button right there, 121.5. That's got your universal emergency frequency. Guard. Airliners are monitoring it. Any approach controller is going to be monitoring that as well.
Okay, so Concorde would definitely pick that up.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
The last thing would be, and again, these are aviate, communicate, aviate, navigate, communicate. So the communicate is the last thing on the list. Declare an emergency. Hey, I'm somewhere northeast of Monroe. I'm not exactly sure where, but we got an emergency situation, engine out, whatever. The other thing would be transponder 7700. So that's your universal emergency transponder code. That definitely will flash you as an EM tag on Charlotte's radar control. So they will see you. That'll light you up. So at least they know where you are, even if they're not talking to you. Right.
Departure 128.3.
Alright, cool. Let's go. Boost pump on and switch.
3320.
And let's tell you what, let's head off and let's do some short soft field takeoff and landings at Monroe.
Sounds good. Monroe traffic, Cirrus 695 Alpha Alpha, 10 miles out to the southeast, inbound runway 23. Monroe traffic. Monroe traffic, Cirrus 695 Alpha Alpha, 5 miles to the southeast, entering the pattern for 23, Monroe traffic.
Cool. Alright.
Monroe traffic, Skyhawk 8815 Zulu, departing runway 23, Monroe.
We want to be pattern altitude as we enter that 45, 1700, so pattern altitude. So all of the checklists in here, the climb, the cruise, emergency, all that sort of stuff, you can develop kind of a universal flow for all that. So I mean, if you noticed, our emergency was really the check we do before takeoff, right? You're checking fuel, pump,
and add alternate
mixture.
air.
Yeah, you're just adding the alternate air in there, and that's really about it. Okay. But that's what's so great about all these flows is that if you develop something consistent, you can use it for every phase of flight almost.
Yeah.
Just adding, little nuances for whatever you're trying to do.
Monroe traffic, Cirrus 695 Alpha Alpha, 3 miles to the southeast for 45, downwind runway 23. Monroe traffic. Cool.
All right, we'll start with the easy one first. Soft field landing. Really, the only thing you do here is just set it down as gently as possible.
Monroe traffic, Skyhawk 8815 Zulu, entering a left down
all the way back, all the way through roll out.
Monroe traffic, Skyhawk 20997, final 23, full stop, Monroe.
They're down here over the quarry. Good deal. All right, boost pump on. Mixture full rich. Go 50.
Monroe traffic, Skyhawk 933 Papa, 8 miles southeast, inbound runway 23.
There we go. That's the traffic I was looking for.
Monroe traffic, Cirrus 695 Alpha Alpha, turning base, runway 23, Monroe traffic.
Perfect. All right, and we're a little high, so I can start working that power back. Yeah, we are high. We can fix that. Clear? Right? Yep. Looking good. Almost clear.
Monroe traffic, Cirrus 695 Alpha Alpha, final, runway 23, Monroe traffic.
Monroe traffic, Skyhawk 8815 Zulu, turning left base, runway 23, Monroe.
Monroe traffic, Skyhawk 20997, clear runway 23 at Alpha 3, Monroe.
Nothing wrong with coming in a little bit high.
Monroe traffic, Skyhawk 8815 Zulu, turning final, runway 23, Monroe.
Just keep that nose nice.
Monroe traffic, Skyhawk 20997, taxi
all the
from
way
Alpha
back.
3 back to runway 23, Monroe.
There you go, no brakes. So on a soft field, you're just gonna roll out, let the grass slow you down.
Monroe traffic,
Yoke all the way back,
Skyhawk
protect the nose wheel from
933
digging into that soft
5
ground.
miles southeast, inbound to the water tower, runway 23.
Very nicely done. Good soft touchdown.
Monroe traffic, Cirrus 695 Alpha Alpha, clear the active.